Good morning, Fox News. I'm Marco Manzana,
And I'm Astrid Zavala.
and this is your daily news. Today, we have recent video of Hitler and his speech. Why don't we go live to it right now?
Yeah.
Daraufhin von einigen Zeitungen ermahnt, klüger zu sein und lieber etwas zu versprechen, auch wenn man nicht die Absicht habe.
And now for a daily recap of the month. January 9th, 1945. The U.S. Army troops land on Luzon in the Philippines. January 17th, 1945. Advancing from the east, Soviet troops capture Warsaw. January 26th, Japanese troops retreat to the coast of China. January 27th, Soviet troops liberate the Auschwitz and Birkenau concentration camps, discovering thousands of bodies from people who have recently been murdered. Thousands of people barely alive, and earthly remains of approximately 1 million men and women.
January 28th, in Western Europe, the Battle of the Bulge ends. Americans suffer a loss of 75,000 casualties, and the Germans lost approximately 80 to 100,000 casualties. Americans can recover from the losses, but Germans cannot. January 30. A Soviet submarine sinks the Wilhelm Gustloff. It is the single deadliest sinking in the maritime history, killing between 6 and 10,000 people, most of whom were civilian refugees and wounded German soldiers.
Thank you for the monthly recap. Now off to Jenna with her interview with a Tuskegee Airman.
Thanks, guys. I'm Sally Goldberg here with Luther Smith, also known as Ace Lightning of the Tuskegee Airmen. And today he's going to talk to us a little bit about World War II's, the goals so far, and about the war in general. So, Ace, can you tell us exactly who are the Tuskegee Airmen?
Well, we're an all-African American fire squadron based out of Tuskegee, Alabama. And personally, I'm part of the bombarding squadron, 617.
That's great. And can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got your name, Ace Lightning?
Oh, yes, Ace Lightning. So originally, I'm from Oregon. And, down there in Oregon, we get a lot of thunderstorms and lightning and such like that. So one day, I had a fork, and I walked outside, and I got struck by lightning. And down in Alabama, we play a lot of card games. And, my favorite card is the Ace. So we put it together, and we got Ace Lightning.
That's a great story. And back to the war. How did you prepare to become a Tuskegee Airman?
Well, interesting enough, I had never flown before I went to Alabama. So this was all very new to me. And in order to train, I did 6 weeks of pre-flight training, and then primary training, basic training, and then advanced training. They took us up to about 6,000 feet, not so many, which was crazy because I had never experienced anything like that in my life. After that, we progressed, and they chose the top fighters, and here I am now.
That's great. And what have your goals in the war been so far, personal and as a group?
Well, we've been working with the British Air Force. We fly at night and drop massive bombs on the German cities. During the day, we target key political and industrial German centers.
Good to know. And how accessible have these missions been so far?
Well, they've been pretty successful. We haven't lost a single member in any mission, and we plan to keep it that way.
Great. How did you feel originally about some of the American people feeling reluctant to trust and allow an all-African American air squad in the war?
It's a pretty sensitive subject. But, some people, they didn't really appreciate that we were being trained. But my determination that no matter what, I was going to let that thing get in the way of me succeeding as a military agent.
That's great that you have that kind of determination. So, what is your opinion about the war then?
There's a lot of different opinions. But me personally, I think it's necessary because, we as Americans to protect others, especially the Jews who are facing severe persecution by the Hitler regime.
That's great. Thank you, Ace, so much for being here with us today, and get back out there and keep fighting for us.
Thank you so much, Sally.
Back to you guys.
This
So, shoot.
And cut.